I be scoring, do this for my city. I bring on the trophy, feel like Freddie Mercury. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers, bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers, gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss, baby, it's all in the wrist. You really want to be.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Brooklyn Barons. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Brooklyn. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now we'll pause here for an injury, and it's Deebo Samuel. He's the man in question right now who will need some attention. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right. And it winds up an empty possession.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Steps away. Going deep for Diggs.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jair Elam makes a pick.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Allen going to throw. Finding Knox there, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley
with career touchdown number 70. And the Barons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Allen from the gun on third down. Rolling to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're already looking up at a 16-0 deficit. Still plenty of time to go, first quarter. But work to be done as they come up 1st and 10. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Allen off the play fake. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Finding room at midfield. Finding room at midfield. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield. But someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Ready?
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on second down, Lance, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gardner. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken from about the 12. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Allen's throw is complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing now is Allen. Keeps himself, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now a play fake. Lance forced out to his left. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
His kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will and trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Play action, now it's Lance. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Lance, a quick throw out wide, complete. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Scotty Miller from 6 yards away. And the Niners have cut the lead back down to 2. Lance going to try to throw for this. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Out to his left. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On play action, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Completes to Shakir once again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
On second down, here's Barkley. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times the play caller...
Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Barons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Andrew Wingard. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 33. And he's going to give his guys great starting field position as he dives to the ground to get as much as he can. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get in shape.
He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Allen now looks to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
First play's a run with Nwangu.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. And Lance now to throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ed Oliver picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
Going deep this time for Miller. And this is going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
On first down, Lance.
It's complete. It's Miller. Touchdown 49ers. Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the 49ers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. To the air, Allen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. Rolling to his right. That is complete downfield to Knox. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, Diggs, what a catch. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a critical 3rd down, now needing a score here in the late going. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Allen to throw it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Now Allen, gotta have this one. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners have just about sewn up this football game.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Kene Nwangu. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Here's Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lance. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing now is Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the decision is to go for 3, and the field goal unit comes on now. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a... Those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Niners, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed them. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem. Lil' tune, flow sinister. I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers. I'm a men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'ma on them just like my keys. Drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential. Philosophies unidentical. I'm not in it yet. My Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs. I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge. Stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10. Stay muddy to the leg. 800. Eat a flow sinister.